It's been 748 days since these women raced. This is the race of the night. Sydney Mclauglin has only had Spencer Bowles in her sight.
It wasn't even close.
She's going to be fast down the backstretch.
She had her at the first 2 steps. And Anna Cockrell came to win. Here they are at the 300. As soon as they come off of the 100, and boom, she's got her by 6 strides. Anna Cockrell catches her at 350. And then the other American is about to catch her. .50.37. The beautiful Sydney Mclauglin did not disappoint. And you had people saying Femke Bol was going to beat her. Like Mr. 100K a day. Nah, homie, like, what? I like your channel, Mr. 100K, but I knew you was out of your mind when you said that. Because Femke Bol is not as fast as Cindy in the open flat. Femke Bol, she's a great competitor. But there's another thing I noticed about Femke Bol. Being that their country is not that deep in sprinters, they have to overuse her. So Femke Bol has to run a lot more than Cindy does. Cindy has the luxury of not even running in big meets. She doesn't have to run. But Femke Bol is like, I have to go out here and run, and it just kills you. It really wears on you. And then when it's time for the big race, you're just done. Don't forget Femke Bol. She went under 51 this year. Where she did it at is like, okay, everybody runs fast there. But nonetheless, she went under 51. Heck, a couple years ago, that wasn't even heard of until Cindy did it against Dalilah Muhammad. Dalilah Muhammad is nowhere near in the picture now. She's finished. And we just got Cindy just cruising down the tracks like it's not, she's not even breathing hard. She won this race and was looking around like la-di-da, like I could have won another 800 yards doing that. One thing I do question about Sydney, I used to call her Cindy, but it's Sydney, is I would like to see Sydney run the Open 4. We saw her run the Open 4. I want to see her get the American record. I actually want to see her get the record because it's like, Sydney, we know you're the bomb at the hurdles. No one in the world is as dope as you in the hurdles. Okay, we get that. Go ahead and run the 4 flat. Go ahead and take out the American record, which you almost did this year, and we appreciate it. And so does the American record holder, who is announcer, Richards Ross. She's like, okay, my record still stands, but go ahead and knock that record down. Cindy said it's so close, but we know you're going to get that record. We know you're going to dip into the 47s. Only a few people have ever went 47. Sour Inasa, I think she did it, but she was on the PEDs. So I think Cindy can do it, and I would love to see it. She's in her prime. She's got a whole team. Her husband is great. They count their steps. They're just tacticians. She's not running as much as we want. We want to see more of her, and we want to see more of her go out there and kick ass. But I understand the strategy. If I don't run as much, I don't burn my legs out. We saw this with Abby Steiner, who doesn't even qualify for the Olympics now. Abby Steiner was injured in college. First, she was doing well in college. She was running up against Sha'Carri Richardson. Then Sha'Carri went pro, and Abby Steiner got hurt that year, so she didn't compete the next year. Then she came back as a senior and won NCAA. She went 10-something in the 100, which was beautiful, but it's not really a race. But she won the indoor 300, broke the record of Audie, Jamaican woman, and then she went ahead and you know, uh, won the 200 indoor and outdoor, ran a 21:77. But that whole year, she ran like 57, 58 races. She burned herself out again. It exasperated her injuries. And then, boom, we don't get the super fast, and she's actually from right up the street from where I live. So we don't get the super fast, athleticism that we're used to seeing because she exasperated her injury. That's what it looks like to me. And then, so we don't get her. But nonetheless, don't overrun yourself. We see a lot of these top sprinters who also run the 100 and run like a third of the way and then shut it down. Well, Justin Gatlin mentioned this is the reason why, the Jamaicans lost 100 is because old boy was running 9.7s and nobody could keep up with him. So he would shut it down, Jereme Richards. And once he would shut it down, he shut it down at 80, 90 yards. Well, when he needed it, his body was like, oh, we're only running 80, 90 yards and couldn't finish that 100. And what he do? He ran a 9.79. Muscle memories. It's just like, oh, this is all the faster we need to go. This is all the faster I'm going to go. So Justin was correct. There is muscle memory, and Jereme Richards suffered from that, shutting it down. We see Sha'Carri Richardson. She does that too, especially in the 200. I think Sha'Carri just gets bored, and I would like to see more Sha'Carri run the 60. She got, what's really something is Sha'Carri got beat in NCAA in the 60, and the person who beat her in the NCAA was TT Terry. So TT Terry has a faster 60. That's always why she's in the relay, because she's super quick, out there. She doesn't have the finishing speed of Sha'Carri Richardson. Nobody really does. Not even Julian Alford. I mean, 7'2", you went 10.72, okay, that's fine. But Sha'Carri Richardson has gone, 10.65, 10.60, wind 8 at 10.54. She just has a ridiculous closing speed. And, that's another subject. But back to Femke Bol. Femke Bol has been overran, and her country is going to keep overrunning her. She doesn't really have time off. And your body, even if you have a big engine, if you don't have time to recoup, it's just going to hurt you. We saw she ran in the mixed relays, and she ran that girl down in the mixed relays, and it's just like, oh, it's a big celebration, but all I saw was you just ran somebody down. Now, if we go to World Championships, you got ran down by Alexis Holmes, and then you fell at the finish line. Now, that told me something there, because Alexis Holmes she goes, what, 49 high, 49 mid? She's not running in the 48s, but she ran you down. Nobody runs down Femke Bol, but Alexis Holmes, with her beautiful self, ran her down, ran you down. That means something. That means something. That means you're hitting fatigue. And then if you fall at the finish line, you're fatigued. You're running too much. And all these things that you're winning, it's just going to catch up to you. And you only have so much in the tank. And that's what happened to Femke Bol. And then Anna Cockrell, don't drop the baton, Anna Cockrell. Don't drop the baton. And the reason why I say that is because Anna Cockrell dropped the baton in the NCAA. And they lost because of that. But she was already spent when she did drop the baton in the 400 relays. Nonetheless, Anna Cockrell, who is, oh my goodness. Oh, God put that woman together. Oh, man. She's not going to date you, Tone. Okay. Anyways, Anna Cockrell, built like an Amazonian warrior princess. She's just been coming along, and I watched her in the NCAAs. I watched her in college, like I watch a lot of these people in college. And Anna Cockrell comes in third. I appreciate it. I was yelling for Anna. I'm happy for Anna for grabbing the a silver, and yeah, and we almost swept them. We almost swept them, but Femke Bol did cross that line and to get that bronze. But yeah, USA, man, you guys go. That was an exciting race. That's top billing race. We've been waiting for it. I'm glad this wasn't sabotaged at any rate. And you know, Cindy brings in a lot of money, and she brings a lot of eyeballs. It was worth it, and I'm all for Cindy. I like what Cindy's done. I like what Cindy's done. I like her character. Or Sydney, I like what Sydney. I like her character. I like the fact that she's married. I really like the fact when these runners, and you know they're in their prime, and then they go ahead and grab, you know, get married, and their life progresses after sports. Like I love to see that. You know what I mean? So. You know, and then they come back and then they're announcing, and we can live off of their memories, you know, forevermore. So I really love the fact that Sydney's married. I love the fact that her husband is right there counting the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, jump. I love that. Yeah, because a lot of these females go through some troubling times, and I just really like when they have the whole family dynamic going on, and it makes us go, you know, you're human just like us, and you are being a role model. So I like it when they're married and they're settled down and they're not going through a bunch of stuff and they're on their own, because once track's over, it's a lonely world out there, you know. So big ups to Sydney. Thank you for the good times. Hope to see more of you, more of Femke Bol, more of Anna Cockrell. Let's go. Love track and field. Love it. More track and field.